The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests, and are not those of Pesmo Radio, its employees or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements of any radio show programs or products mentioned on air, on our website, social media accounts, and marketing materials. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to Pesmo Radio, its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing Pesmo Radio.
Are you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to the Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Thank you for tuning in, and welcome back to the Songwriter Show. I'm your host, Sarantos. I'm a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words are so important to me, and that's why I'm thrilled to host this show for you every Tuesday evening. I believe that every song is a story. The Songwriter Show is broadcast live on #1 ranked Pesmo Radio and has listeners in all 26 countries in the world and every state in the U.S. The station is licensed with ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and Sound Exchange, and has partnerships throughout the music industry, including iHeartRadio and exposure to over 300 million listeners. Tonight's guest is Antwan Jenkins. Antoine is a contemporary and gospel musician, singer, songwriter, music arranger, and composer. He is best known for leading and teaching God's Purpose Choir, Divine Connection Ministries, and now leader of Unified Worship out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Antoine is also known for hosting a Night of United Worship, where many local and industry artists have either led worship or take part in this event.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Antoine. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Trying to survive here in Chicago. How's Indianapolis doing?
Oh, man. Mornings are really cold. It's really cold in the morning, but we're probably getting a little bit of Chicago.
Yeah. Well, we're brothers. We're right next to each other, so
Yeah.
I'm sure the weather's pretty similar. I remember I went to Indianapolis probably about a decade ago, and the thing I remember the most, your mall is kind of connected to the football stadium, and I was like, what a cool concept.
Yeah.
Then like outside you just see the factories, but everything's kind of in that city. I thought it was kind of a fun city, actually.
Yeah, I guess it's fun for outsiders.
Yeah. All right. Tell us a little bit about how you got the bug. What got you down this path of music?
Yeah, so I got started at 14 years old at a church called Fountain of True Christian Church. I was a worship leader there. My pastor had called me up to do a song, and for the very first time, actually, and it was called "I Need You Now" by Smokey Norfolk. And ever since that point, I kind of felt like God was leading me to sing more often and to kind of get people into a very sacred place in worship. And so from there, I started writing music, and I had created a group out of Warren Central High School, and we kind of just journeyed off and started doing some concerts and good things like that.
Yeah, that's great. I totally respect people that are kind of in your arena, because I've done some Christian music myself, and sometimes people, I've had some people kind of make fun, but to me, I think it's such a not only respected thing to do, but it takes courage, actually, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
When you start thinking about coming up with a song, how do you start? Do you start with melody, music, drum groove? How does it start for you?
For me, it's a little odd, but I start off with the chorus. I'll always start to hear a chorus in my head and of a song, and then from there I just literally kind of piece everything else together. I will go from the chorus to then writing a verse, and then from the verse, I just continue to go on. And honestly, the music isn't laid until of course after I'm done with everything, and I'm just like, okay, this beat will go right with this, So yeah, it always starts with the chorus for me.
Okay. And how do you decide if a song is going to make it?
Oh man, nowadays you never know. Like for me, all of my songs are gonna make it. You know,
Yeah.
that's just in my head. But you know, industry speaking, man, is usually it's what's trending. But like even for my song Victory, it's kind of one of those things to kind of get people up. So honestly, man, you just never know. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. I think you never do. But do you have any confidants or people that you run it by in terms of, I assume you're like most people, you make more songs than what you just release out into the world. Anyone you run it by to see if this is one you're going to keep in your computer, if you're going to release it out to the world?
Yeah. I have a best friend, Jane, and his name is actually James Brown.
Well, that's a cool name. Is it? Do you tell people that James Brown helps you, decide what's going to make the cut?
Yeah, I get looked at crazy for a minute. Yeah. Then I have to explain it and show a picture and all that stuff. But yeah, my friend James Brown, he's been with me for, literally all my life. And so every time I write a song down, he will come, and he's probably the only person that I even allow to kind of critique me and say no, or this is not going to work or something like that. So yeah, it's him.
Sure. Awesome. Okay. Were any of your family members musical?
Yeah, I have some family members that are musical. Actually, there's only two of us that's actually in the music industry, but I definitely came from a musical family. Most of them had grew up in church and different things like that, and so they were in the music departments at church and stuff. So, yeah, definitely have a musical background with family.
Okay. Is there a musician that you'd want to jam or sing with, dead or alive?
Oh man, I've always had this desire to kind of go with Ty Tribbett. He's one of the people that I kind of look up to the most musically. So it would definitely be Ty Tribbett, and he's actually alive, but it'll definitely be him.
Okay. And do you teach any music or singing or choir or anything?
Yes, I do. I do teach. I haven't done choir in I don't know how long. I haven't done choir in I don't know how long. So, but I do teach. Okay.
And tell us a little bit about that. Do you think that helps you? Do you think it keeps you grounded? What's the reason you do that?
Yeah, I think that it allows me to be able to get my point across from my background and my experience. So it really just allows me to be able to pour into others everything that I know and everything that I was taught.
Okay. Tell us about typical mistakes that you see people making when they're trying to pursue this career.
I think the mistake that a lot of people make is thinking that they'll make it overnight. And that's pretty common, and I'm not going to say that it didn't happen to me, because it happened to me.
Sure.
As well, so thinking that once you put out music that the whole world is going to hear it's a very slim chance that that'll happen. It's a very slim chance that you'll be on billboards. So, even I encourage some of my friends that are artists that are new. I would just tell them, hey, don't wake up in the morning thinking that you're going to be a celebrity because you're not, so yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I think I fell into the same trap when I started 7 years ago. You release your song, you feel like, okay, here we go. It's going to go viral, overnight sensation. But the thing that I have come to realize is, there's some overnight sensations, but most overnight sensations have been working at it for 5 to 10 years. That's really what I've come to realize.
True. That's so true.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the uniqueness, the angle that you work in terms of the gospel, the choir, and what advantage do you think that gives you over regular musicians?
For me, I come with fairly different music. So I don't know why, but most of my music is kind of mixed. So it's like a praise and a worship mixed together. But for me, I really talk more on the heavens, like literally the heavens of Jesus. I kind of talk more on that versus, a lot of the testimonies that I came from and different things like that. I don't write on things like that, So yeah, I just really just speak on the coming of Jesus, and it can be scary, but I think that it'll allow an eye opener for a lot of our world.
Okay. Do you think having a backup plan is important?
Yes. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. What advice would you give someone who asked you that question that was just getting started in the industry?
Yeah, I would definitely have a backup plan, and for for many reasons, but to be in the music industry is just like, number one, you have to have the finances for it. If you don't have the finances for it, then you might keep your job.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
The backup plan. Keep your job. That's fine. I can't say anything else. Keep your job.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a lot of people don't realize there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people want to be like, no, I want to show that I'm really committed. I want to show that this is, look, the bottom line is you might have a family, you might have kids, you might have other responsibilities. I don't think because you or I haven't dropped everything and moved to LA or Nashville that it means we're not serious about this. I think that's a big misconception out there for indie artists, especially.
Definitely. That's so true.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously with COVID, there's no touring going on, but can you tell us a little bit about your touring plans, if you have any, for next year?
I don't have any for next year. Honestly, my plans for next year is to just keep releasing singles. I don't plan on releasing any album of 12 songs or 10 songs anytime soon. I just want to keep allowing people to see that I'm versatile, people to see that, that they have a writer over here, you know. So I just plan on releasing music and having some worship campfires.
Okay. What's the best career advice you've ever gotten?
The best career advice I've gotten is to just whatever I do, be consistent with it. Don't give up. Don't give up on it, because even honestly for this music career, I felt like, I've gave up over 10 times already. Honestly, I've given up because of the finances that it brings with it, and just a lot of things. And I have a big family, and so, I had a mentor once tell me, hey, if you're really passionate about this, if God has called you to do it, don't give up on it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. And it's hard. I think when I hear people say that they've never thought about giving up, I'm as motivated as the next person and I've sacrificed a lot, but everybody at some point, it runs through their head. If you're human, it just does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's your favorite 90s jam, if you have one?
Ooh. I don't know if this song came out in the 90s. It probably was well before, but it would definitely be Computer Love.
Okay.
I don't know if that came out in the 90s though. It's by Zap.
Okay.
No, that came out 85.
85. Okay, that's okay. Like I said, what's your favorite 80s jam?
So that's it is definitely Computer Love.
Okay.
By Zap. Yeah, I love that song.
Okay. One of the questions, Antoine, that I like to ask all our guests is about scams. Tell us about a scam that you might have fallen for and one you've heard about so we can protect each other.
Ooh, man, I've encountered so many already. I would say if I could even encourage any new artist is to look, search, Google, do whatever you have to do on the person that's trying to help you, or even if you're signing to a label, do as much as research as you can. A lot of times there's a lot of, for example, hey, I can, market you. I can do this for you. I can do, a lot of stuff, and I can put you on a retainer. And then you find out that your retainer wasn't really adding up to everything that they promised you that they'll do. So really look up who's working for you.
Yeah, that's great advice. I think in this business, we all get tempted, when people are telling you that for $10, they'll get you into some playlist or a bunch of fans. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the worst thing you do is get a bunch of fake bots or fake listeners, and then it just doesn't help you. So it's tough. It's tough because a lot of people aren't trying to get into fake playlists.
Right.
They think it's legit.
Yeah.
And it's a tough thing to balance, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to hear your song now. Before we hear it, tell us a little bit about it. What inspired it? What do you want us to take from it?
More of You came from a place of feeling like I wanted more from God and not more of God. And a lot of times I think a lot of us can kind of get confused with that, but we want so many blessings. We want, so many cars and houses and money, but we never just sit back and say, hey, you know what? I just want the love of God. I want the love of God. I want the Spirit of God. I want God's strength, God's power. We never just say that. So this song just came from a place of just wanting more of God's Spirit.
Very cool. All right, my friend. Let's take a listen and we'll come back and talk. Okay, Antoine?
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, here we go, everyone. Check this out.
We need Yes, we need more of you. God, we need more of you. We need more of you.
All right, Antoine, that was a very cool song, man. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
No problem.
So the other question I had for you, do you have a hidden superpower you want to share with us?
No, I guess the hidden superpower is just having the ability to write music.
Awesome. All right. Well, that is a superpower, my friend. So there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people would kill to have that superpower. So when you look at your world, your life, at kind of what you want to accomplish, do you, in your mind, think you're a year away, 5 years away? How far away do you think you are from being where you want to be musically?
Musically, honestly, if I had to put a time on it, I would give it about another 2 years.
Okay. And what do you think can help you get there faster?
Things that could help me get there faster is just honestly for me, just continuing to build my audience and giving them things to like, and just kind of sharing some of my life with them. I think that'll honestly get me there faster, just getting more people on board.
Okay. So we have one of our callers is asking a question of you, Jamie. She's asking, what is the best song you've ever written?
Oh, the best song I've ever written is actually Heavens. It's called The Heavens Are Open. And that's actually one of the new songs that I'll be releasing next year.
Okay, cool. Are you releasing a full album next year? Are you just going to keep doing singles, or what's your plan?
I'm going to release 2 songs next year, and I'm going to put them on a EP along with the 2 songs that are already out.
Okay, wonderful. So do me a favor, if you can share with us, where can people buy your stuff? Where can they stream it? Where can they contact you if they want to?
Yeah, so right now, you can go find Victory, the dual project, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes Store, Google Play. It is also on Pandora, and you can go and enjoy the background of these songs on video on YouTube under Antwan Jenkins Music and or Entertainment One Nashville. And you can also follow me on my social outlets, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all up under Antoine Jenkins Music.
Awesome. Awesome, my friend. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank you so much, Sam.
You're welcome. So to any listeners out there, if you want to be on the Songwriter Show, please just reach out to us. I hope all the fans out there enjoyed this special interview tonight, and I want to thank you for listening. I know that you have so little precious time, and I want to thank you for spending some of it with us. I hope your own unique story gets heard around the world. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every Tuesday night to hear other amazing artists share their fascinating behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show. And tonight I'm going to leave you with a Christmas instrumental I released a few years ago on one of my CDs called The Best Movie Instrumentals Volume 1. It features the orchestra in F major in the style of John Williams and James Newton Howard. I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. So I hope you enjoy the song. Have a great night, everyone. I love you guys.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.
Thank you for choosing Pesmo Radio.